Welcome to the Hop. Today we're making a quick and easy 3x3 mini album. Please be sure to check out the links to all the other videos in this Hop. They're listed below in the description. Special thanks to Tiffany for coordinating this Hop, and thank you, generous sponsors, for the giveaways. I'm Emilee, and this is Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting some pages done. If you like this project, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so I can share more ideas with you. So this is what your little mini album will look like when it's finished. It makes a cute little gift album, and it can be viewed from either side, and it stands up nicely on its own. The other thing I like to do is add some decorated tags. You can use these for journaling or add some photos to it. These tags are decorated on the front and the back. And then when you open up your little mini album, there's a perfect little pocket for them. Let me tell you more about this cute project. All you're going to need are 6 6x6 papers. Thinner paper is better. Cardstock is harder to work with because there's some folding involved. Don't worry, it's easy, and I'll show you every step of the way. You'll also want to gather 6 3x3 cardstocks. The last thing you're going to need is 5 2x2 squares. Let's take a look at what you need to do first. The first step is to score your 6x6 papers. You'll want to score at 1.5 and 4.5 inches. Then rotate the paper and score them again at 1.5 and 4.5 inches. Do this for all 6 sheets of paper. Next, find the center of each paper and lightly mark it with a pencil. This will help you later on when you're doing some of the folding. Do this for all 6 sheets of paper. For the next step, you'll want to gatefold the papers at the score lines you made in the first step. Open the paper and gatefold on the second set of score lines. Do this for all 6 sheets. This next step is the reason why you marked the center of each page. You're going to fold the corners to that center point. Do this for all 6 sheets of paper. Then unfold, and you'll fold each corner to the first fold line. This time, you leave those corners folded. You don't unfold this time. In the next step, you want to fold the middle point of each side to the center point. This step can be a little tricky until you get the hang of it. Just be patient, and if you need to watch this step of the video several times until you get it, that's okay. The original instructions to this video describe this step like this. Pick up one side with your hand on each end and sort of squeeze it so that the point in the middle goes to the center point and the sides fold out. You kind of press flat with your hand after this. I've included a written version of these instructions in the video description, and I've also linked to the original project idea that I found many years ago. Since that time, I've kind of altered a few of the steps and a few of the things about this project, but those original instructions still have some great photos and ideas and tips that will help you, especially with this tricky step. You'll want to just take your time and you'll get the hang of it, I promise. Repeat this process for all 6 pages. Now you may be able to dip into your scrap papers and cut 6 3x3 cardstocks. You can also use your scraps to cut the 5 2x2 cardstocks. You'll set those 2x2s aside for now. What I do next usually is add 3x3s to each of the 6 pages. You can either use your 3x3 cardstocks or you can trim photos to 3x3 and place those inside the pages. Adding photos and embellishing these pages can be a lot of fun. I especially like to use tags to cover tags with extra photos, trim them out, and in the case of this little New York version of the album, I've also cut up some pieces of postcard and used them in different places throughout the album. Next, you want to hinge the papers together. Take those 2x2 squares and fold them at the diagonal. Then you're going to add adhesive to each of the 2x2 squares. You'll want to put adhesive on each side of the diagonal on both sides of the 2x2. You'll want to alternate your hinges so that they fold one way and the other. That way, when you fold up your album, it will fold alternately like an accordion. I like to put one side of the hinge in the first page and then carefully add the hinge to the next page. Kind of fold it and press it down, and then you're ready for the next hinge. Just make sure that next hinge goes in the opposite direction. The first hinge should fold in, the second hinge should fold out. Continue this until you've adhered all 5 hinges. When you add your 3x3s to each page or a photo to each page, you'll want to kind of press it down until it lays flat. You have to kind of train it a little bit, and in the instance of this particular page, I needed to trim it just a little smaller. I gave it a haircut so that it would fit down in there, and I'm just patting it down until it lies flat. Here's another 3x3 cardstock page, and you can kind of see how those easily fit in, and then I just press it flat. Here's what the New York album looks like when it's completed. I used lots of embellishments. The tags I added photos to, and in some of the cases there are elements from a postcard that I used. So the picture on that side of the tag of the Empire State was part of a postcard. You can see in that page I put a 3x3 photo. That's another postcard picture. The other photos are photos that I took on my iPhone. Here are a couple other examples of the 3x3 mini albums. I just want to show you that these are versatile little projects. You can tuck your photos in and they can remove. You could even put journaling on the back of the photos. If you keep turning the pages, you can see the front and back. And then it's super fun to embellish tags and slip them in to some of the pages. And you can decorate the front and the back of the tags. So there's lots of opportunities to use embellishments and extra photos in these little mini albums. Last but not least, I made one of these little mini albums into a Mother's Day card. So in a couple weeks, I will give this to my mom. All the photos inside were taken of flowers in her garden in the past couple springs and summers. These were extra photos that I had on hand, and I thought this would be an enjoyable little mini gift / card to give her for Mother's Day. There was a lot of different ways to add tags and inserts to this little mini album, and I think it'll be a fun surprise to give her on Mother's Day. I hope you have fun creating your own 3x3 mini albums. Enjoy the hop today and have a great National Scrapbook Day weekend.